I guess Treehouse of Horror is next week. But anyways, I watched Simpsons season 35 episode 4, so here's my spoiler review on the episode. So if you have not seen the episode yet, go watch the episode, come back to this video, and here's my spoiler review. And for last season, season 34, if you guys seen episode 3, it's called Vista the Boy Scout. That was one of my least favorite episodes of last season. Now, this episode feels like that episode, but not exactly. The reason why I hated episode 3 of season 34 is because they had a really good plot in mind, but then they add this terrible plot to it of just interrupting broadcast, which makes me not like that episode because they had this really good plot and then they just ruined it. For this episode, they had one plot in mind, but I feel like they didn't really stick the landing with it. They told it in this documentary style, which is a really nice idea, but I feel like the story they chose the documentary style for was not the best. It's not that interesting. It's about the company. It's not that interesting for a documentary. You could have done anything. You could have done something with Homer as a documentary, but I think you chose the most uninteresting plot to choose for a documentary style. At times during this episode, usually when there's a commercial break, I wander around cable, see what's new. This time, even if it wasn't a commercial break, I was barely watching the episode. I was not interested in this episode, but I still did mostly watch it. The jokes in here, I really like the jokes in here. Now, just the plot's bad. I did not like the plot like the documentary style though, but the jokes in here made this episode entertaining. It brought me back into the show because they had just silly jokes in here that I really laughed at. I wouldn't say it's the funniest episode of the season, but it's definitely up there. I really did laugh a lot at this episode. But sadly, this episode for me, season 35, episode 4 of The Simpsons, did not work. The story is bad. They could have picked any story for a documentary, and I feel like any other story would have worked better. But the jokes in here are really good. But overall, since the episode was boring and I found myself barely watching at some points, I do not recommend this episode. Even though I found it funny, this story in here just makes it not really watchable. And yeah, that is my spoiler review on the episode. So comment down below your thoughts, like and subscribe, follow my letterboxd called The Color Man Movie, and I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.